GameStop.
Yes.
Really, really funny.
I'm so glad you brought this up because I've been reading about this article for the past this topic for the past couple of days. I could not be any more proud of the internet.
It's interesting, right? Because it turns out GameStop was the number one most shorted stock on the market, right? Which is really interesting because it's higher than some pharmaceutical companies and things like that. And the reason why it was so shorted was they were expecting was, all right, the internet, we're getting better and better technology. Everyone's buying their games on the PlayStation Store and with Xbox and things like that. Nobody uses discs. GameStop was famous for we have EB Games here, which is like the Australian version of GameStop. You buy full price or discounted games from them. If you want to try and trade them in, they'll give you fuck all for them. They'll give them absolutely nothing for you. So they've made a boatload of money over the years, and now it looked like they were going to pay the price because discs are becoming more obsolete. Therefore, GameStop, one of the biggest American video game stores, was said to go down under. So they've shorted the stock. So many of these firms have shorted the stock. One of the highest shorted stocks actually, like ever, number one. And they
just for the people who don't know what shorting means, is bet against something.
You're expecting it to go down.
You get up in terms of money. That's the idea of what The Big Short was about. That movie.
Exactly. That's a brilliant movie off Netflix, actually.
Yeah. So continue.
So shorting quickly, just a couple sentences. When you short a stock, you're expecting it to go down. You're betting that it will go down, which means you'll make a bit more money. It means you sell it off. You sell it off to someone else. They have the stock, and then you can buy back that stock for them for less money than you actually paid for. Mm-hmm. So you've made a little bit of money, right? So you bought it for you've bought it for $5, you get it back, you sell it for 10. Sorry, actually no, that's the opposite way around, but you get what I mean. Yeah. So it's really funny. It was the most shortest stock, and then GameStop looks like they're going to close down. There was some articles, and then GameStop signs like a contract with Microsoft. Yeah. They've signed up a few deals. And it's just gone through the roof. And Reddit, which is a brilliant place if you want to get a little bit of insider knowledge on some good trades.
Anything pretty much.
Right? One guy started a good thread, and he said, I put 50 grand into GameStop because it got down to, I think, $3 a share. Whoa. Right? So fucking low. He put 50 grand in. Okay. Currently, that's now worth 22 million.
No.
22 million.
22 million. Well,
so the guy in that thread has made a shit ton of money.
Well, he's a smart ass dude, because what I've been told is all those guys on Reddit got together and they found out about the hedge funds and they just wanted to go a big fuck you to Wall Street and all that.
They kept buying. They kept buying.
And they brought so many people on board, because then apparently, again, they found other forums which people were looking for. There's like trader forums. Like, hey guys, we're buying up GameStop because we want to fuck with Wall Street, and they did it. And first of all, hats off to the fucking internet for giving the middle finger to Wall Street. It just shows that they exposed the corruption in the financial system.
But Wall Street's biting back. They're then talking to some apps. I think Robinhood's a big one.
Yes,
they're making sure no one can trade, and they're asking for regulation, which is weird. Wall Street fucking hate regulation. Yeah. They hate regulate. They don't want to be regulated. They want to make the most money in the most unregulated sector, right?
Yeah.
Why would they ask for regulation? Is because they've lost $1.6 billion so fast.
So fast. Like, it was so quick.
All these hedge funds have lost so much money.
But it was the rise of the people. That was what it was. It was rise of the people against the big men in the suits and ties. You know what I mean? But Robinhood is what everyone's going after that app for right now, because they broke their terms and agreement about trading and buying on GameStop, because Robinhood was one of the platforms that they used. So right now everybody's like bagging on Robinhood, but is it Robinhood's fault or is it the broker's fault really for doing that?
It gets funny there, because they might be getting a little bit of pressure on stopping it.
Yeah. Did you buy any stock?
I did not.
No, I did not either. I kind of wish I did though.
I did look into. So the phenomenon of what's happened to GameStop, where it's been incredible. It's the most shorted stock, expected to go down so low.
Do we know how much it was shorted by?
I don't know actually, to be honest. Now it then jumped up to crazy. I think it was like $3. Then now it's up to like $400 a share or something stupid. Incredible amount in a short period of time. It's the phenomenon is called short squeeze. That's what it's called. The short squeeze. You'll notice if you start to type in GameStop now, you'll start to see the principle of short squeeze. Now I then looked up, hey, what's number 2? What's number 3? If number 1 is GameStop, the most shorted one back then, what's number 2 and what's number 3? So I was looking at it and things like that. It'll be interesting to see if the same people can start to do it on 2 or 3, or is regulation truly going to happen and stop people from doing that, from shorting a stock to such an incredible level? I don't know.
So what is 2 and 3 then, Jack?
2 is AMC. I don't remember 3 or 4, but I remember 5 was a pharmaceutical company. There's a lot up there. Like, I actually look it up, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, a pharmaceutical company, that's quite surprising.
Which is surprising because, I mean, you would think during COVID, pharmaceutical companies would go back up. It really depends if you do your research on a particular company. And I think if you ever are going to invest in a stock that's been incredibly shorted and you expect it to go up and everyone else is wrong, then you need to do your research.
It's very risky to short against a stock, because if that stock goes up and you're wrong, you lose a lot of money.
Exactly.
That's what happened with the housing market bubble with the subprime loans.
You should watch The Big Stock.
Yeah,
not The Big Stock. The Big Short. That's a good movie to actually understand it. And there's some really good actors in there.
There is, but the way they break down the principle in there as well. You know, when it comes to being on Wall Street and Financial Times, they say big words to make you feel stupid. But they actually make it break down like so easy, you know. Break it down so easy. But the way they explain it is so funny. Does some of this make you feel weird, stupid? Here's Margaret Robbie in a bathtub to explain right now. Or here's world famous chef Anthony Bourdain.
I know.
That's what I thought was really brilliant about the movie, you know.
It was also playing a bit of fun on the housing market because it was so silly how they were, you know, giving away loans so stupidly.
Yeah.
Right? And
people
how they
weren't paying off their loans.
Yeah, and how they were kind of ignoring the reality of the situation, where they would actually go to these towns and have a look and like. Now I don't know if I don't know if that's true when it comes to the reality of the situation. Maybe that was just a thing in the movies where we're gonna go check out the houses, when they probably didn't do it. They were probably just going off statistical analysis. But that's a good. If you are interested in GameStop and you're interested in like what's going on with Wall Street right now, and you want to know about like the short squeeze, you should watch The Big Short.
There's 2 things I've learned from this whole situation. One, don't fuck with the internet.
No.
The internet is so powerful. Some of those people on 4chan and Reddit are just people who live in their mum's basement, but they got brains the fucking size of your TV, you know what I mean? They are some very powerful people, so don't fuck with them. The next thing is it just shows, again, the corruption in the financial system, and it's nice to see these guys like taking a hit for once. And also, it's got me a little bit more interested in investing about when it comes to stock. I mean, we've
been interested in stocks for a while, but it's funny to just see some nuances now that are a little bit more attractive for
especially
short-term growth.
Video games as well, because you and I, we love video games.